Hello guys, we're here again with the wonderful Kim Rosa-Lima. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
It sounds kind of Spanish. Where are you from?
So I'm from New Jersey, but I'm Italian, and my married name is Lima, and my husband's Cuban.
Oh, gotcha. Rosa-Lima.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the group. You quickly become very famous by your posts because you're in really good shape, which is pretty awesome. It's very inspirational. So we wanted to pretty much hear your story and just get to know you a little bit better. So my first question for you is, what inspires you? We see the end result. So what inspires you to be that girl?
So what inspires me is actually I never want to go back to the person I used to be. So I have really, like Tony talks about like pain and pleasure. I have attached that when I work out every day, it keeps me on the same path that I need to be going. And so for me, getting into my basement and working out every day is going to lead me to where I want to go. And, when you've gone to places that were really dark, you never want to go back there. So when you put that together in working out keeps you away from the dark places, then that's why I work out. For me, I've always worked out. I've always been a gym rat kind of person. I never had that problem. But for me, I was a bulimic since I was 16 years old. And I kind of always struggled with the eating part of staying in shape. And as you know, getting in shape and things like that, 80% of it is kind of what you eat and how you take care of yourself. And so when I kind of started to work out and started to get the support, like in this group, the support is the missing thing that I think a lot of people don't realize that they need in their lives to keep going. So it really helped me to keep going. And, I have not had an episode with bulimia for 2.5 years now. And it's really been amazing.
Well, you mentioned the support, and a layman like me seeing someone that's obviously in such good shape, I would have already thought you had a great support system for workout partners and things like that. Is that not the case, or are you kind of a lone wolf in this up to this point?
So for the past 2 years, yes, I've had a support system. I actually run online groups myself, and I've actually been a part of them. And to me, it's the critical thing that people are missing, because so often people around them, like in their everyday lives, aren't really focused on getting in shape and things like that. So it's really nice sometimes to have a group that doesn't really know you, but yet you can be very honest when you have a bad day, when you have a good day, and they're there to support you.
How do you manage your workouts on a daily basis to fit it in? I know you have kids, right?
Yeah.
And you fit in your schedule, kind of like Carolyn said yesterday, you make the time to fit it in. How do you manage that? Do you have smaller type of workouts, or are you just more efficient?
So for me, I used to be the type of person that would go to the gym 2 hours a day. And then I got involved with Beachbody. And so I've been using their DVDs, and most of my DVDs, it's a set schedule. You're working out 5 to 7 days a week, and it's 30 minutes. And for me, what works great for me is that I wake up early. I wake up 5 a.m. Before my kids get up, and it kind of centers me for my day. And I like that I don't have to think about what I need to do. Like there's other people that can train me, and I just follow them. I do the workouts, and I'm done in that 30 minutes. So yeah, I love being almost 44 and telling people that I only work out 30 minutes a day.
And that's the amazing part. It seems like you're in the best shape of your life right now, aren't you?
Absolutely.
At 34 years old. So I seem to think that by the time I'm 60, I'm gonna look like Superman, but but it's really an inspiration to see that really is possible. So you say you're a coach. How long have you been doing that?
So I've been doing coaching for about 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm. And why did you end up deciding to be a coach to begin with?
Because the transformation that I made, especially mentally, it made me think that, wow, there's so many people who are like me, like reading fitness magazines and reading books and really trying their best. And there's a lot of things that they do that might be leading them to think that they're failures. Mm-hmm. And in reality, it's that failure that kind of gets you to success. So I kind of felt like this need to pay it forward to let people know, like, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, it's just consistency, and it's just really just keeping with it and really believing in yourself that gets you to those results. So I've only gone to one event, but it's made me want to reach out to people who are associated with Tony Robbins, because it's just this powerful bunch of people who are instilled in helping each other and helping themselves be their best.
When did you go to your event, by the way?
Just last weekend.
And where were you this whole time? A funny question to ask, but you're such an awesome example of what's possible. How did you not go to a Tony event?
You know what? I don't know. I just, it's been, I can't honestly say that I've been a big believer in self-development. Self-development and that kind of thing has been kind of newer to me. So going to this Tony Robbins thing has kind of taken that level of myself and kind of taken it to the next level. So I always want to make sure that I'm surrounded by people who do love Tony Robbins and his principles, because I feel like it'll push me to keep continuing on that course.
Right. And when you mentioned before helping people, that's actually one of the things I notice as I go to the gym. You have a lot of people that are self-absorbed. It's work out, look in the mirror, and spend the rest of their lives significance driven. And when you can capture the pain, the failures, the things that you came from, see how fitness has helped you, and then use that as a platform for other people, Tony is a perfect person to help make that shift mentally for a lot of us in the fitness world, to have it as a reach out or as a platform to help others as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think the only reason that I do post selfies and things like that is because I want people to look at me and say, hey, this is a girl who fails. This is a girl who has failed most her life. And it's only until she got to her 40s that she started to believe in herself. She started to do things consistently. Mm-hmm. And that got the results. So many people think that the results are like lifting iron and getting in the gym. And yeah, that is part of it. But a lot of it is just how you believe in yourself, and you kind of, reach out to other people and help them and just send your stuff a little higher, I think.
What would you say is the top 2 things that you would want somebody to learn from you?
Top 2 things?
Mm-hmm.
Top 2 things. Number 1 is the greatest thing that you need to learn is consistency is what's going to help you. So many people feel like they need to go to the gym and do 2 hours, and then the next day, like, they can't walk and they can't do anything. That's not what we want. We want consistency. We want, for me, I always used to stop on day 3. I always used to be the person who would like be perfect. And then day 3, I'd be like, oh, I can't get out of bed. I can't do anything. And then I would stop. So that's the number 1 thing, is to remember that it's consistency. And then the second thing is, don't try to fix everything. Don't try to go for this level of perfection, because perfection is not what it's all about, and it's impossible. So you're chasing something that's impossible. So what I tell people to do is change things that you can actually do over the long haul. Like Tony talks about, like massive action. You need to do things that you are committed to, and get them to ways that you can do it, like whether it's drinking more water, whether that you're going to work out every day, things like that, and then start to master other actions. And that's, to me, how you find success.
Do you have parts of your health, vitality, fitness world right now that you still need improvement on?
Absolutely. For me, it's more, I would like to be, to more maintain areas like when I'm under stress. So for me, like when I have stressful, I still kind of get involved with, eating some things that aren't so great. So that's kind of something that I'm still working on, kind of that lasting success. I would like to get to a place where, like I don't gain 10 pounds, you know what I mean? Because I'm going through a bad time, things like that. I think that, like Tony talks about patterns. So I think that when we're in a bad position, we tend to help ourselves with food. So instead of just completely eliminating that, I always tell people that you need to kind of comfort yourself in other ways that are healthier. Going out for a walk, drinking a nice glass of tea, things like that, so that people feel like they're still being comforted through the stress, right, yet they're not kind of taking their results backwards.
Right. What about lazy people? What would you say to them?
Lazy people, that's interesting.
There are those that are just lazy. They just have no motivation. How do you get, as a coach, it's somebody that just, doesn't have a tremendous why at this point, but they do want to work out. It's just a little bit lazy. How do you motivate those people?
So for those people, I try to get them to look at the outcome. So I personally think if you're lazy, then what you want, your outcome, is not strong enough for you. Like, you are somehow have allowed yourself to be content with the fact that you look the way you do and you feel the way you do. And there's a part of you that's okay with that. So I tell people that you're okay with that. And usually what happens is they kind of get angry at me because they're not really content. So sometimes it's kind of like reaching out, like I'm not one of those people that will sugarcoat things with others. So sometimes I think when you don't sugarcoat and you kind of like get at people, it kind of makes them realize that, they can change.
So how does someone contact you if they wanted to reach out to you?
So the best way people to reach out to me is through my email, which is chickfitkim@gmail.com. And then I run a Facebook page, which is chickfitkim. And so that's www.facebook.com/chickfitkim. And I just like to do a lot of videos. I like to inspire people. I've always kind of used my page as like kind of my own personal journal because I like to write. So they can get in touch with me there. Just be awesome. You're freaking awesome.